Craig, as always, we look back, don't we? It was a comfortable victory in the end against Cardiff Met, and it sets us up nicely for the Welsh Cup game against Caernarfon Town.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think, for different reasons, I thought that was up there with our best performance of the season. Obviously, I think you look at it takes people's eye, 7-0 away to Cardiff Met, 5-0 win to Bala, but, I think for the way in the organisation Cardiff Met got everyone back behind the ball, I think it's always tough. It's always hard to break teams that are well organised, fit lads who are working hard and they're trying to stick to a game plan. And I think we really showed our quality in tight areas and moved the ball really well and scored some fantastic goals. And I just thought in general for ball retention, constant pressure, sustained pressure in the opposition's half, and we really passed with a purpose. Huge possession stats, but also scored 4 goals and could have been more.
And 2 of the goals were in added time, 1 in each half, another with just 7 minutes to go in the first half. It highlights the fact that we do need to be patient, we do need to be persistent, constantly probing, because it does come good in the end. Yeah,
it does. You're playing against oppositions that are, well organised, well drilled, good coaches, good players, so no one's just going to give you a goal. So, it is frustrating, of course it is, but that's why teams do it. They get 10 men, 11 men behind the ball and make the emphasis on ourselves to break the team down, which is fair enough. It is, everyone's got different game plans, and it's just up to us to break it down. That's what the most interesting and most exciting and most pleasing thing was about on Saturday, that we done that. We managed to, break a good organised team in a really low block with 11 men behind the ball, and we kept patient, we kept probing, as you said, and we kept passing with real quality, and we got what we deserved in the end.
And we're back to JD Welsh Cup action again this coming Friday. It's a competition that the New Saints has been in 11 finals since 1996 as Llansan Ffraid, won 8 of those, and Craig, as a manager, you've been involved in a high percentage of those games, those finals.
Yeah, it's something, I think it's something everybody involved with Welsh football, you just have to see the history. You look at it's a fantastic trophy. It's a very old trophy. It's a very old competition. And we'll be looking to defend it like we would the league titles that we've won. It's, again, it's our next game. So whether it be League Cup, Welsh Cup, Welsh Premier League, European football, whatever it be, the next one's the most important game. And we've got a tough game on Friday night against Caernarfon. So yeah, but there's a huge history with players, staff who are still at the football club. I think it's 5 finals I've been involved with, winning 4. So yeah, it's something that that without a doubt is going to be high up on the agenda. Obviously, first and foremost, the league is the most important part for us, but it's a close second to be the Welsh Cup.
And for the second time in 3 weeks, we play Caernarfon Town here at Park Hall. Last time round, it was a league fixture. We did run out comfortable winners there in the end. Do you think that will have a psychological effect upon this weekend's game? Yeah, well, I think if you've been in football long enough, no 2 games are the same. I think that's the important bit that we need to make sure, as we will. I've watched their games in between that they've played since we played them. We've done our due diligence. We've looked at them again. They've got a couple of more players available that they didn't have against us in the league 2 weeks ago. And it'll be, we'll have to make sure we are at our best again to beat them, because they're a well-organised team. Hugh's a good manager, we've got some very good players, good attacking players. So we'll have to be at our best, and we'll give them the utmost respect. But obviously we're on a very good run at this moment in time. But that doesn't stop us from making sure that we do our homework and we do everything right and we treat the game with the respect that's due. And like last week, there's no midweek game either this time round. that's to your advantage because you can focus totally on the upcoming game with more training sessions involved.
Yeah, it is. There's more contact time because obviously when there's a game midweek, a lot of it's game prep, recovery, game prep, recovery. So now we've managed to get 3 or 4 contacts out on the pitch before the next game, which is great. We've managed to get maybe 1 or 2 players back on the training pitch as well. We've had a couple out there, so now it's, and we've managed to get more players that have just come back recently, some really, really good training sessions under the belt. So yeah, the week without a game for me is perfect at this moment in time.
And you mentioned players coming back. In addition, you've got likes of Guion, he's scored a couple of goals now in recent weeks. Do you have that starting 11? We often ask you this question already in place, or do you perhaps have 1 or 2 options?
We've got fantastic options. That's the real pleasing thing about it is, and we've got Adam Wilson back. You know, he's trained this week, so he'll be back available. Chris Marriott will be training again on Thursday. So we've got more start options available. Obviously, we've still got the mid to long term, but they're closing down their time in the treatment room. Josh Pass been out on the pitch. He's been out joining in with ball work. You know, I imagine next week or the week after he's probably going to be joining in with the group, which is fantastic. And then it's just Blaine Hudson and Jordan Williams that are more long term. But everyone else is either short term or has been back or will be back, ready to train on Thursday.
How difficult is it for you, Craig, on a personal level? Perhaps not so much as who do you include, but who do you exclude?
Yeah, it always is. You know, you're involved with football. It's, you know, it's nothing personal. It's business. You know, could change game to game, opposition to opposition. You know, you sometimes, well, not sometimes, just as much so now, Monday football, players that are on the bench are as important as a starting team. You know, so it is a typical squad game. You know, nowadays with the games that are played and the tempo that's played and the options you want to have on the bench. So yeah, it's the hardest part of the job. You know, the 2 hardest part of the job are leaving players out and telling them and having that conversation with them. And then also as well when it comes to, you know, giving contracts out and not giving contracts out. You know, no one likes to give people bad news, but unfortunately it comes with the territory. But yeah, it is the hardest part of the job. But if I've got hard decisions to make on a match day, then it means we are progressing as a squad and then progressing as a team, which is more important than any individual.
And although Friday's game, as we said, is a cup encounter, as far as the league's concerned, we're in 5th, Caernarfon in 5th, we're in 1st, Caernarfon in 5th, 16 points between us, but come Friday, none of that will really count.
Not at all. It just proves the last round, doesn't it? You know, you look, I don't know how many positions were between ourselves and Chirk, and you know, and Chirk hang on in there to get to penalties, and obviously we got through on penalties. So it just proves that the point of cup football, it is what it is. It's, you know, it's a very much cliche and very boring answer, but anything can happen in the cup, and it's, you just got to make sure that, you know, no doubt about it. As we see in the last round, there was big teams exit the competition. Cardiff Met, Halford West, you know, and we don't want to be one of them. Fortunately, we weren't in the previous round, and we don't want to be a big club to be getting knocked out of at this stage of the competition. We want to go deep into it, if not win it. So it's it's something that we need to be focused for, but we will be. Had another good week of training. Like I said, referring back to the game on Saturday, I thought we were very, very good. All-round performance was as good as we've been. And the lads have been spot on in training this week as well. So competition for places and you know, if you're in there, it's up to you to keep your position. If you're not, it's up to you to work hard in training to try and get your position back. And as simple as it sounds, it's as simple as it is.